I watched my sister's son hold that candle over my daughter's scholarship papers. His hand was shaking, but his eyes? They were cold, dead, full of something I never thought I'd see in a child, pure hate. My heart stopped. What happened next? Nobody saw it coming, not even me. But before I start today's story, tell me honestly, are you guys enjoying these stories? I really want to know what you think, so drop a comment and let me know how it feels. Because I want to learn from you and shape my stories the way you guys like them. So my name is Stephanie Cole, I'm 42 years old. And I live in Phoenix, Arizona with my husband Eric and our daughter Aubrey. We're not rich, we're not special, we're just normal people trying to live a good life. But 6 months ago, something happened that changed everything. It started on a Tuesday afternoon. I was making coffee in the kitchen when I heard Aubrey scream from upstairs, "Mom! Mom! Oh my God, Mom!" My heart jumped into my throat. I ran so fast I almost fell on the stairs. When I burst into her room, she was sitting on her bed, holding a white envelope. Her hands were shaking. Tears were running down her face. "Aubrey? Baby, what's wrong?" She looked up at me. Her eyes were shining like stars. "Mom, I got in. I got the scholarship. Full ride. University of San Francisco." Time stopped. My baby girl, my smart, beautiful, hard-working daughter had done it. I grabbed her and hugged her so tight. We both cried, happy tears. The kind that hurt your chest because you're feeling too much at once. "I'm so proud of you," I whispered into her hair. So proud. Eric came home an hour later. When we told him, he picked Aubrey up and spun her around like she was 6 years old again. "That's my girl," he shouted. "That's my brilliant girl." We ordered pizza that night. We laughed, we made plans. Aubrey talked about her classes, her dorm room, her dreams of becoming a lawyer. "I want to help people, Mom," she said, her eyes glowing. "I want to defend people who can't defend themselves." My heart swelled with pride. This girl, this amazing girl, was mine. Everything felt perfect, but I made one mistake. One stupid, terrible mistake. I called my sister Monica and told her the good news. "Oh wow," Monica said on the phone. Her voice sounded flat, empty. "That's great. Really great." "You don't sound excited," I said. No, I am. "I'm just surprised." I didn't know Aubrey was that smart. My stomach twisted, but I ignored it. "Well, she is. She worked really hard for this. 4 years of straight A's. Volunteering every weekend. She earned this." Monica was quiet for a moment, then she said, "Must be nice to have a daughter who actually tries." "What's that supposed to mean?" "Nothing. Just Logan's been struggling in school. His teachers say he's not applying himself. Maybe he needs a tutor," I suggested. "Maybe Aubrey just got lucky," Monica snapped back. The line went silent. Cold. "Anyway," I said, trying to fix things. "We're having a little celebration dinner tomorrow night. You and the kids should come." More silence. Then, "Sure, we'll be there." She hung up before I could say goodbye. Monica and I used to be close. When we were kids, we did everything together. We shared clothes, we shared secrets. We were best friends. But somewhere along the way, things changed. She got jealous. It started small if I got a new dress. She needed a better one if I got promoted at work. She'd talk about how her job was more important. If I posted a photo of Aubrey on social media, she'd post 10 of her kids the same day. It was exhausting. Her kids, Logan and Brielle, were the same way, spoiled, mean. Always trying to one-up Aubrey last year at Christmas. Logan accidentally broke Aubrey's new laptop. He said he tripped, but I saw the look on his face. He enjoyed it. The year before that, Brielle spread a rumor at school that Aubrey cheated on her tests. It wasn't true, but it hurt Aubrey badly. Still, they were family. And I kept hoping things would get better. I kept hoping Monica would be happy for us. Just once I was wrong. The next night, Monica arrived with Logan and Brielle. She was wearing too much makeup and a fake smile. "Congratulations, Aubrey," she said, her voice too loud, Too cheerful. A scholarship! That's so unexpected. Aubrey smiled politely. Thanks, Aunt Monica. Logan slouched into a chair. What's the big deal? It's just college. It's a full scholarship to one of the best universities in California, Eric said firmly. It's a very big deal. Brielle rolled her eyes. Whatever. My friend Jessica got into 3 schools. With scholarships. That's wonderful for Jessica, I said. Keeping my voice calm, dinner was awkward. Monica kept asking questions that sounded nice but felt mean. So Aubrey, what if you can't handle the coursework? San Francisco is pretty competitive. Will you be able to make friends? You've always been kind of quiet. What if you get homesick and want to come back? You've never been away from home before. Each question made Aubrey's smile a little smaller. I wanted to scream at Monica to shut up. But I stayed calm, I smiled, I served dessert. Logan barely touched his food. He kept staring at Aubrey with this weird look. Like he was angry, like she'd done something to him. You must think you're really special now, he muttered. Logan, Monica said. But she didn't sound upset, she sounded amused. I don't think I'm special, Aubrey said quietly. I just worked hard. Sure you did, Brielle said under her breath. And that's when I heard it. I was in the kitchen, cutting the cake, when I heard voices near the hallway. Quiet voices, sneaky voices, Logan and Brielle. Tomorrow morning, Logan whispered. But what if they see us? Brielle asked. They won't. Everyone will be asleep. We'll just, make it look like an accident. My hands froze on the knife. What if we get caught? Brielle sounded nervous. We won't. And even if we do, so what? It's not like they can prove anything. Besides, Aubrey doesn't deserve that scholarship. She's not even that smart. She just got lucky. Mom says Aunt Stephanie always gets the good stuff. That it's not fair. Yeah, well, after tomorrow, Aubrey won't be going anywhere. They giggled, actually giggled. I felt like someone had poured ice water down my back. They were planning something bad. I stayed frozen there, holding that cake knife, listening to them walk away. I stood there, holding that knife, my mind racing. What were they going to do? And then it hit me. The documents. Aubrey had spent the whole week gathering everything she needed for registration. Birth certificate, social security card, scholarship letter, medical records, transcripts, high school diploma, immunization records, everything. She'd organized it all into a folder and left it on the dining room table. She was supposed to submit it tomorrow at the university office. It was the deadline, the final, absolute deadline. If those papers were destroyed, my vision went red. These kids, these cruel, jealous, horrible kids were going to ruin my daughter's future. And Monica probably knew, maybe she even told them to do it. I wanted to march into that hallway and grab Logan by his collar. I wanted to scream. I wanted to call the police, but I didn't. Because something in me went cold, calculating, if I confronted them now, they'd just deny it, they'd lie. And Monica would defend them. She'd say, I misheard. She'd say I was being paranoid. No, I needed to be smarter than that. I walked back into the dining room like nothing had happened. I smiled, I laughed, I waved goodbye when they left. Monica hugged me at the door. Tonight was lovely, she said. Yeah, I said. Lovely. The second the door closed, Eric looked at me. What's wrong? Come upstairs. Now. In our bedroom, I told him everything, every word I'd heard. His face went pale, then red, then pale again. Those little. He stopped himself. We need to confront Monica. Right now. No, I said. That won't work. She'd just make excuses. They'll all lie. So what do we do? I thought for a moment, then I smiled. A cold, sharp smile. We let them think they won. We make copies of all the documents. Fake ones. We leave them on the table. And we hide the real ones. Eric stared at me. You want to trap them? I want to teach them a lesson they'll never forget. He was quiet for a long moment. Then he nodded. Okay, let's do it. We worked fast. Eric has a friend who owns a print shop. We called him, explained the emergency. And he met us there at 10 o'clock at night. His name was Dave. He asked no questions. Just helped us make perfect copies of everything. Same paper, same ink. They looked identical. You guys okay? He asked as we left. We will be, Eric said. Back home. We put the fake documents in the folder and left it on the dining room table. Exactly where Aubrey had left the real ones, the real documents. I locked them in our bedroom safe. The one only Eric and I knew the combination to. Then we told Aubrey everything. At first, she didn't believe us. Logan and Brielle wouldn't do that. Would they? I sat down next to her, took her hands. Baby, I said gently. I heard them. With my own ears. They're planning to destroy your papers tonight. Her face crumbled. But why? What did I do to them? Nothing, Eric said, his voice hard. They're just jealous. And mean. And their mother raised them that way. Aubrey started crying. I worked so hard for this. So hard. 4 years. 4 years of studying every night. Missing parties. Missing fun. All for this. I know, I said, holding her. And they're not going to take it away from you. I promise. But what if your plan doesn't work? What if they don't come? What if they'll come, I said. Trust me. We set up a hidden camera in the living room. One of those small ones that looks like a phone charging box. We pointed it right at the dining room table. Then we went to bed, but none of us slept, not for a second. At 2:47 a.m., I heard the sound of the front door opening. Monica had a key. I'd given it to her years ago for emergencies. I guess this counted as an emergency to her. I grabbed my phone and opened the camera app. I could see everything in real time. 3 shadows moved through the living room. Monica, Logan, Brielle, they tiptoed to the dining room table. Monica whispered something. Logan nodded. He pulled out a candle and a lighter from his pocket. My heart was pounding so hard I thought it would explode. Logan lit the candle. He held it over the folder. His hand was shaking. Do it, Monica whispered. Just make it look like an accident. Like it fell over. Logan hesitated. Come on, Logan, Brielle hissed. Do it. She doesn't deserve it anyway. He dropped the candle. The papers caught fire immediately. They watched it burn. They stood there and watched my daughter's future, or so they thought, turn to ash. Orange flames ate through the papers. The scholarship letter, the transcripts, everything. Monica was smiling, actually smiling. Okay, she whispered. Let's go, quickly. They left as quietly as they'd come. I lay in bed, shaking with rage and satisfaction at the same time. They'd done it. They'd actually done it. Now it was my turn. The next morning, Aubrey came downstairs for breakfast. She was acting, but she was good at it. I'd cleaned up most of the ashes but left a few burned pieces of paper on the table. Just enough to look real. Aubrey saw them and screamed, nitrogen monoxide. No, nitrogen monoxide, nitrogen monoxide, nitrogen monoxide. She fell to her knees, grabbing the burned pieces. My documents. All my documents. How did this happen? Who did this? She was crying so hard she couldn't breathe. Even though I knew it was fake, it still hurt to watch. Mom, the deadline is today. Today. If I don't submit these papers, I lose the scholarship. It takes weeks to get new copies of everything. Eric held her while she sobbed. I stood there, forcing myself to look shocked, devastated. How could this happen? I said, my voice breaking. Who would do this? Inside, I was calm, cold, ready. We'll figure this out, I said quietly. I promise. But Aubrey just shook her head. There's nothing to figure out. It's over. My dream is over. Everything I worked for, gone. She ran to her room and locked the door. We could hear her crying through the walls. It broke my heart, even though I knew the truth. An hour later, my phone rang. Monica. Hey, Steph, I just wanted to check in. See how Aubrey's feeling about the big day. Her voice was syrup sweet. Fake, like she was trying not to laugh. She's devastated, I said flatly. What? Why? Someone broke into our house last night and destroyed all her documents. Silence, then. Oh my God, that's terrible. Who would do something like that? I don't know, Monica, who would? Well, maybe it was just an accident, like a candle fell over or something. My blood turned to ice. How did you know it was a candle? Another silence, longer this time. I just assumed, that's usually how fires start, right? Right, I said coldly. Anyway, I have to go. We're trying to figure out how to get new documents before the deadline. Oh, well, good luck with that. Those things take weeks to replace. Don't they? Usually, yes. What a shame. I guess you have to wait until next year to apply. I could hear the smile in her voice. Yeah, I said, I guess so. Well, everything happens for a reason, right? Right, Monica. Everything happens for a reason. She hung up. I looked at Eric. She's not even trying to hide it. She thinks she got away with it, he said. She's wrong. We didn't tell Aubrey the full plan right away. We let her cry for a few hours. It hurt like hell, but we needed it to look real. Needed Monica to believe she'd won. Then at noon I knocked on her door. Aubrey? Can we talk? She opened the door. Her eyes were red and swollen. Her face was puffy from crying. There's nothing to talk about. Mom, it's over, I smiled. No, baby. It's not. I pulled the real documents out of my bag. Her mouth fell open. What? How? We knew, I said. We knew, so we made fake copies and hid the real ones. Aubrey stared at the papers, then at me, then at Eric. You knew? So we knew? So we knew? So we made fake copies and hid the real ones. Aubrey stared at the papers, then hid the real ones. Then at me, then at Eric. You knew? Then at Eric. And you let me think. We had to, Eric said. If they thought their plan failed, they'd try something else this way. They think they won. Aubrey looked down at the papers in her hands. Real tears started falling. Happy tears this time. I can still go? You can still go, I said. In fact, we need to leave for the airport right now. Your flight leaves in 3 hours. Aubrey threw her arms around me. Thank you so much. I love you guys. We love you too, baby. Now let's get you packed. We loaded up the car. Aubrey couldn't stop smiling. Couldn't stop looking at those documents like they were made of gold. On the drive to the airport, she kept asking questions. What are you going to tell Aunt Monica? The truth, I said. Won't she be mad? Oh, she'd be furious, Eric said, and I can't wait. We dropped Aubrey at the airport at 3 p.m. She hugged us so tight I thought my ribs would crack. I love you guys so much, she whispered. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for protecting me. We love you too, baby. Now go. Go live your dream. She walked through security, turning back every few steps to wave at us. Her smile was bright enough to light up the whole terminal. Eric and I drove home in silence, but it wasn't a sad silence. It was the calm before the storm. At 6 p.m., Monica showed up at our door. She was carrying a casserole and wearing that same fake, sympathetic smile. I made you dinner, she said. I figured you'd be too upset to cook. I let her in. Offered her coffee. Acted like nothing was wrong. So, she said, settling onto the couch. How's Aubrey doing? Is she managing okay? She's devastated, I said. She feels like her whole future is ruined. Monica nodded sadly. Poor thing. But maybe this is a sign. Maybe she's not ready for such a big school. Maybe she should stay local, try again next year. Sometimes things just aren't meant to be. I took a sip of my coffee. Smiled. Yeah, maybe. Monica relaxed. She actually looked happy, satisfied. Exactly. Everything happens for a reason. And honestly, San Francisco is so far away. She would have been homesick anyway. That's when Eric spoke up. Speaking of reasons, isn't it strange how the fire started? Monica's smile froze. What do you mean? Well, we don't usually light candles at night, and we definitely don't leave them on the dining room table. Like I said on the phone, accidents happen. Except it wasn't an accident. The color drained from her face. What are you talking about? I pulled out my phone. Want to watch? I played the video. Monica watched herself and her kids break into our house. Watched them sneak through the living room. Watched Logan light the candle, watched the papers burn. She watched herself smile while my daughter's dream, or so she thought, went up in smoke. When the video ended, the room was silent. Monica's face was white as paper, her hands were shaking. That's not what it looks like. Really? I said, because it looks like you broke into my house and committed arson. But maybe I'm seeing it wrong. We didn't break in. I have a key. You gave me that key. Had a key, Eric said. I'm changing the locks tomorrow, first thing in the morning. Monica stood up. Her legs were wobbly. You can't prove anything. And even if you could, they're just kids. They were just playing a prank. A stupid prank. A prank? My voice was ice. You tried to destroy my daughter's future and you call it a prank? She doesn't deserve that scholarship. Monica finally screamed. The mask fell off completely. She's not special. She's not better than Logan. Your family always gets everything and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of watching you win. There it was. The truth, the ugly, bitter truth. So you tried to ruin her life. I said quietly. I tried to level the playing field. You always had it easier than me. Always. Better grades. Better job. Better husband. Better kid. Everything. Just once. I wanted to see you lose. Well, you failed. What? I smiled, a real smile this time. Aubrey's already in San Francisco. She submitted her documents this morning. She's enrolled. She's starting her new life right now. She's probably unpacking in her dorm room. Monica's legs seemed to give out. She sat back down hard. That's impossible. We burned fake copies, I said. We knew what you were planning, so we let you think you won. But you didn't win, Monica. You lost. You lost big. Monica tried to speak. Her mouth opened and closed like a fish out of water. You tricked us. We protected our daughter, Eric said. There's a difference, a big difference. I'm your sister. And Aubrey is my daughter, I said. And when you come for my daughter, you better be ready for war. Because I will always choose her over you. Logan and Betrayal appeared in the doorway. They must have heard the shouting. They looked scared. Mom? Logan said nervously. What's going on? I turned to them. You want to know what's going on? Your plan failed. Aubrey is in San Francisco right now. And I have a video of you two committing a felony, arson, breaking and entering. Destruction of property. Betrayal started crying. We didn't mean to. Yes, you did, I said. You meant every second of it. You enjoyed it. I saw your faces on that video. You were smiling. Logan's face went red. You just wanted to hurt someone who never did anything to you. You wanted to destroy her dreams because you're jealous. Because your mother taught you that hurting people is okay if it makes you feel better about yourself. Monica grabbed her kids and headed for the door. We're leaving. And you're never going to see us again. Good, I said. And Monica, if you ever come near our family again, I'm sending that video to the police, and trust me, they'll be very interested. She stopped, turned around. Her eyes were full of hate. You wouldn't. Try me. They left. The door slammed so hard the pictures on the wall shook. Eric and I stood there in silence for a moment. Then he hugged me. You okay? He asked. Yeah, I said. I'm perfect, and I was. That night, Aubrey called us from her dorm room. Mom? Dad? I'm here. I'm really here. My roommate is super nice. Her name is Jessica, and she's from Portland. The campus is beautiful. There are trees everywhere. And I start classes next week. I'm so excited I can't sleep. She was crying happy tears. Thank you, she whispered. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for protecting me. Thank you for everything. You did this yourself. Baby, I said, you earned that scholarship. You earned your future. We just made sure nobody could take it from you. But you saved it. You saved my dream. That's what parents do. We protect our kids no matter what. We talked for an hour. She told us about her classes, her plans, her dreams. She sounded so happy, so alive, so free. After we hung up, Eric looked at me. Do you think Monica will ever apologize? I shook my head. No, people like that never think they're wrong. They'll blame us forever. In her mind, we're the villains. Does that bother you? Not even a little bit. Because at the end of the day, Aubrey was safe. Aubrey was happy. Aubrey was exactly where she deserved to be, and Monica? Monica had to live with the fact that her jealousy and cruelty had cost her everything. She'd destroyed our relationship. She'd shown her kids that cheating and hurting people is okay. She'd lost her sister. She'd lost her family. She'd lost. I learned something through all of this. I learned that protecting your family doesn't always mean fighting back right away. Sometimes it means being quiet, being smart, being patient. It means waiting for the perfect moment to show the people who hurt you that they didn't win. They never even had a chance. I also learned that jealousy is poison. It destroys relationships. It destroys families. It turns people into monsters. My daughter's light is blazing. And nothing and no one will ever put it out. Sometimes revenge isn't about getting even. It's about protecting the people you love. It's about being smarter than the people who try to hurt you. And sometimes, the sweetest revenge is simply watching your child succeed. Watching her live the life she worked so hard for. Watching her shine. That's my revenge, and it's perfect.